There is an MMA card that not a lot of people are really looking forward to this weekend. And I know the whole MMA community has been hyped up about UFC 299, but before that, one championship has their all-female card. Hear me out before you click off the video. Hear me out for real, because I want to defend the card a little bit. I want to defend the card, and guys, let me know if you'd like me to go through each and every single one of these fights, because there are some serious talent on these cards. I just want to say and make a video about it. Just hear me out. Hear me out, okay? I'm going to give my thoughts on the card. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's talk about One Fight Night 20. So, guys, of course, to celebrate Women's Day, One Championship has had a One Fight Night built around an entire female card. We've seen One Championship dive into this before with their main cards or the title fights, but to have an entire female fight card, that would turn off a lot of MMA fans. I understand why. I get it. Take a look at the UFC. Bellator, PFL. You will find the worst talent there ever is in existence in WMMA. But when it comes to One Championship, I really strongly, I don't want to say advise you guys, but I want to just ask you to give it a chance. Because I'd be the first one. If UFC did this, I'd be like, ha, yeah, right. And I'd be out of there. I wouldn't even, if it's UFC, I might watch it actually. But I would not be excited for it. I wouldn't care if I missed it. You get the point that I'm kind of coming across. I do end up watching UFC events, so I'm probably like, oh, maybe I would actually turn it on. But you get the point. Low level, sloppiness. Nobody would care unless it's like Polyana Viana, Mackenzie Dern. You get the point, right? But One Championship's female fighters, and I made a whole video talking about this a while ago, they do women's MMA right. You want to talk about I know the conversation's a little dicey, once you get into oh my god, women can do everything men can do. Obviously, they wouldn't beat any men in a fight, right? But these girls over in One Championship, for the vast majority of them, you don't see the sloppy fights that you see in the UFC. You don't see the horrible technique that you see in Bellator, UFC, PFL. I keep mentioning these organizations. It doesn't exist. These girls, especially the Muay Thai fighters, they are fantastic at what they do. The technique is there, and they are absolutely beautiful to watch. The technique is there, almost as good as the men's fights a lot of times. And I don't skip One Championship WMMA fights like you would in UFC. Everybody talks about having the regular bathroom break throughout the night, right? Because it's going to be 6 hours, 8 hours? It doesn't exist in One Championship. One Championship has handpicked a lot of these really good fighters, and I can tell from looking at this card, there's going to be some absolute bangers on this card. I can't promise every fight's going to be fantastic, but if you are just quick to turn it off just for the sake of your experience with UFC and Bellator, I get it. I get it. It's just not the same over at One Championship. And honestly, I think you guys should go watch this card. Do I like an all-female card? No, I don't. But it's still going to be fun to watch, and I can guarantee that. If I'm wrong, come back to the video and yell at me, make fun of me all you want, but I won't be wrong. I won't be wrong. The technique is perfect, and they have so much more respect for WMMA over at One Championship because they don't just pick anybody that the UFC doesn't. I mean, I get it because there are a lot of WMMA fighters who are good looking for WMMA fighters, and that's kind of the attraction. You'll have the people I don't know, man. I don't know. You get the point. Alexa Grasso, somebody who is just absolutely incredibly mid, but everybody's like, oh, Alexa Grasso. In reality, Alexa Grasso doesn't really have any good fights. They're okay, but you get the point. Everybody just tunes in for how the fighter looks. In One Championship, you can actually tune in. And you don't have to just tune in because oh, you know what? Maybe they'll go to the ground and roll around with each other. Maybe it might look okay. I know a lot of people do that. But One Championship will actually bring their fighters to the fights. They actually have amazing fighters from amazing camps around the world. They handpick these techniques. The people they just bring are really good, okay? I ask you to give Fight Night 20 a chance. And if you guys don't even watch One Championship, I know we primarily talk about UFC on the channel, but One Championship is my favorite organization, and this is one of the reasons why. They respect women's MMA by not just picking anybody, by not just bringing in some mid-tier looking girls so the fans can just SIMP over, They don't do that. They actively bring good fighters, and I really like them for that, so I will be watching this card, absolutely. I'm going to be ready for it. I'm going to be excited for it, and UFC 299 will be the next day. Let me know what you think about this down below, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video on the screen right now. If you want to check out something about UFC 299, though, check out this video on screen right here. I will see you either there or in the next video, guys. Take care.